Let me tell you something you already know.
I'm Dave Kirilloff, languageofhitting.com. I want to talk to you about testimonials, and I want to talk about what I cover on these on-tour visits I'm making across the country. And I want to talk to you about video number 7, best hitting drill ever. For a long time, I never asked people to write in testimonials. How was your experience? Can you rate this? Because I really was just humble about things, and I already knew in my own mind that, hey, this is working. So, but then as I go along in promoting the product that I have, people ask me, well, can I have some stories? Is there anybody out there that's used this product, this system that you have? And so I started to make more of an effort to collect testimonials, and I'm very blessed and happy to get those. I'm sure you're aware of this too, that we live in a culture where we are bombarded with the ideas of self-promotion. From all the social media resources, self-promotion is all around us. And I know I'm doing this too, obviously, for the product, but I'm doing it with passion because I know how effective this system can be and how fast it works. And this is why I value testimonials even more. Because just like the Bible says in Proverbs 27 verse 2, let another praise you, not your own mouth, someone else, and not your own lips. So here's a big, warm thank you to all the coaches, parents, and players who send in their testimonials. I'm just scrolling down through the testimonials that I have on my website right now. I value all of these, but especially the ones where people have experiences in the game, whether it be coaching, or they've coached their sons a lot, and they've been to, countless presentations from major league coaches, or college coaches, or high school coaches, and then they compare what they've heard at the tour. They compare, after watching the video series, and they use the words, this is new material. This is something that you never heard before. That means a lot to me. What I'm teaching at the tours is so valuable. And going back to the testimonials, one coach, Coach Bob, who has a wealth of experiences, recognized that after all the presentations he's gone to in clinics and national, shows, that it's rare if ever you see the presenter, show you how it works with the subject. And that's what I do at these tours. Working face to face with your player is super. It's awesome. This is where I get to see his hitting model that he's using, and what's extremely important is to decipher what is his hitting tempo, because all this plays into the factoring of the equation of his adrenaline. And factoring in the equation is what is his dominant eye, and factoring in the equation how he's responding to the pitcher. And not only that, Coach Bob even recognized that when I have time and the players are really receiving the information well, I spin off into another section of hitting where I use different pitching deliveries to show the batter, hey, this is how you have to blend in with me now. Take the information about timing and readjust it to this particular setting, what the pitcher's showing you. It's a different composition. Because most of the time, what we see in batting practice is a traditional pitcher. But the game isn't like that. The game is filled with untraditional pitching styles. And sometimes those styles are the most effective styles for pitchers to use. Those styles are effective because it disrupts the batter's timing. So now the batter, when he sees an unorthodox style of pitcher, it doesn't matter, because the common denominator, the pitcher's common denominator, organizes all these actions into place. And it's easier for the batter to make sense to when to start merging, because he has that common factor. And this is what is taught to the players who come to the clinic, and even in the video system, I address these things. In a nutshell, what I'm going to address that has a lot of details at the clinics is this. I'm going to go over the best hitting drill ever 3rd edition, and I will cover important details from my world's greatest hitting formula. Both of these things have gold for the hitter when it comes to timing. Namely, in the first day of the tour, we talk about the finish line, the hitter's finish line. Now, obviously, there's also a starting line when we're talking about this event we call hitting. But I tell the players this: we're starting with the finish line because you can make mistakes from the starting line, but you can't afford to make any mistakes on the finish line. This idea that I'm calling the finish line, or you can call it the point of contact, it may seem so basic and elementary. It is not. It is extremely intense, and there are a lot of details to go over that are very, very powerful, and your hitters need to learn it. The second day gets even more intense because we're talking about a lot of details that are inside the starting line. We talk about the pitcher's common denominator, how to time your vision to that common denominator, how to time your tempo to that common denominator, how to time your hitting model to that common denominator, and how to time yourself to perhaps an untraditional pitching delivery. In closing, I want to inspire you, coach, parent, player. Video number 7 in the best hitting drill ever video series, it's like gold. It's so valuable for you as a player to get the knowledge and then apply the understanding of that knowledge to your hitting. You got to realize every player's clock is ticking. You want to be as good as you can be while you're still young. That video number 7 will change things when done correctly in the game instantly. You will see lift and launch when you execute the information that's presented in video number 7, best hitting drill ever. Make the investment into something that is sophisticated, innovative, and progressive. I'm Dave Kirilloff, languageofhitting.com. Whatever you do, do it with passion and do it with all of your heart. Lord bless you.